Rage fans, Mr. Revolver Guy, the madman, is back at it with a whole lot of special coming to you in this video. What's so special about it? We're on the 50-yard line. I know I told you we're going to shoot 100 all year, but I've been working on this Remington Model 37 Rangemaster with this beautiful Hi-Lux W.M. Malcolm vintage scope sitting on top. Here's what's special. We have a new target today for a new 50-yard challenge. And by the way, it doesn't take a whole lot of rounds to compete in this challenge. Not only that, the first video ever made by Dayattherange.com, I've got a collaboration with Hi-Lux Optics, and we're going to do our first giveaway. That's right. We're going to give away a vintage optic to go along with your prized vintage rifle. But here's the deal. You got to shoot it at 50 yards. You got to have a vintage rifle. You got to have a vintage scope. A scope 15 years or older or no longer in production. A rifle 15 years or older, no longer in production. Yeah, makes it a little tough. But I mean, when you got a prized possession like this one sitting on top that you're going to give away and that Hi-Lux Optics is going to collab with you on, you got to make sure people are serious about it. And I know the range fans are serious about their vintage shoots. You've seen the target. On that target, we've got 4 circles, 4 targets, 0.8 of an inch. You got to have 5 shots on the target for it to count towards your average. If you have 5 shots just on one target, yeah, that's going to be your average. And let's say it's an average of 0.4, it's going to be a 0.4 times 1, meaning it is a 0.4 average, but you only had 1 target qualify. You got to get 5 shots. And if you break the line, the black line on the target, yes, that counts. But here's the deal. I've told you, and you've seen this Remington Rangemaster. I recrowned it with the Manson Reamer. But I've got, I can't believe this. I just can't believe it worked out this way. I've got Chris and Scott from Hi-Lux Optics, and they brought vintage rifles that they are going to shoot in this challenge on this video with us. Chris, Scott, tell us a little bit about the rifle or rifles you're gonna shoot.
Hey, this is Chris with Hi-Lux Optics.
And this is Scott, also with Hi-Lux Optics.
And we're here back at the range, and we're gonna do the 22 rimfire challenge with, also known as Day at the Range.
I gotta be honest, I'm a little starstruck shooting off against Day at the Range. I hope it's not gonna make me too shaky, but it's probably already affecting me a little bit. But regardless of that, we got 2 fun old rifles that we're going to shoot off today. I'm going to be using one you've seen in videos before, the BSA Martini International Mark II, mounted up just like you, sir, with the 20 power Malcolm scope. This rifle is starting to show a bit of its wear as the spring, the ejector spring I had repaired before, does seem to be breaking. You'll probably see me on camera having to pull cases out manually. That's okay, we're not exactly under a time limit.
And today I'm shooting what looks like a common 1022 Ruger, but I borrowed this from my dear friend Leo, and he said this was built by the Ruger Custom Shop by Bill Ruger himself. Now, a couple of things to note. This barrel just looks way different than any other barrel I've seen on a 1022. It's hammer forged and almost has a purple shine to it in the bluing. Man, I can't wait to shoot this and see what kind of groups it can make. On top, I got the M82. This is a 2.5 power scope, so I may be at a little bit of a disadvantage, but we'll see how many I can get on paper.
We had to stick with the old scopes for this one. That is part of the rules. And we will both be firing the same CCI 40 grain standard velocity ammunition. That is something I know this rifle already likes. This one has not been shot yet, so we'll see how it goes. But that about does it for us. We're going to kick things back to you, sir, to open it up and see how difficult it is you're going to make this match for us.
All right, fellas. Thank you for that introduction. I'm just excited to have you guys here with me again at 50 yards. Whew, I don't know what this is going to turn out like, because do you see what I have? It is Elite Ultra, but it's Gen 2. Elite Ultra Gen 2 and the Remington Rangemaster at 50 yards with this Malcolm sitting on top. You get 5 shots for spotters. 3 of those targets are your official. I'm going to use my top left for spotters. And Chris and Scott, gentlemen, you're just going to have to wait it out. Let's go. Ooh, I'm dancing around it. It's only 5-mile-per-hour wind, so I can't use that excuse today. Holy cow. Dancing all around it. 4. I'm glad this is warm up. And 5. This thing is shooting a little bit to the right. I'm going to make a hair of a scope adjustment. Nope, I ain't touching it. Kentucky windage all the way. I'm going to put some real pressure on Chris and Scott from Hi-Lux Optics. That was me. What kind of pressure am I going to put on them boys shooting like that? Goodness gracious alive. Yeah, I felt the whole rifle, everything move. I'm going to keep shooting though. 2. 3. This is 5, I think. Should be 5. Goodness gracious alive. Boy, that one don't count. So right now, I've got nothing at all that counts. Hey, Chris, Scott, are you guys going to walk through that barn door and take advantage or not? Let's go.
How's this looking?
Those are in line, but down about inch and a quarter.
So I need to go down?
You need to come up.
It's all over the place.
Nice. Just do that again. Yeah, just keep doing that. Time 5 for record.
All right. How'd that look?
So you got to come up about an inch and a quarter left, maybe a quarter to a half of an inch.
Okay.
I think it's my turn. Kick it on over to me.
All right. Let's see what you got, Scott.
Chris has his work cut out for him. The 2.5 power scope. I feel it's a little unfair considering the rest of us out here are running the 20 powers. But that's okay. If it involves me winning, I think I'll have to stomach it. He's back there behind me on the spotter right now. Okay. I'll be starting with the upper left sighting target. See what happens. Ooh.
You want me to call out the shots for you?
No, I think I can see him pretty well here. That was just below center.
Yep. Hole through a hole.
Problem is, I already said this is going to be the sighter target, so this is where I'm going to get my best shots in, and I'm just going to miss the rest of them. Can I change my mind now and have this be the first target?
That's not how it works. But you got 3 tries. Nice. Blew out the center.
Whew. Okay. Now I just have to do that again.
You just got to do that 3 times.
God, I do, don't I?
But you got this, man. That was a great group. I want to say it's around ½ inch.
Elijah. I mean, this is going to be tough. He's not going to make this easy on me. Okay, upper right. The projector is still partially working. It's backing the butt out, so I can at least pull it out with my hand. But at some point, oh no. The joy of these old single shots, they do force you to slow down. Okay. First group under pressure, not as good as the cider group, but that is the way of things. Well, sir, I don't know if I should call you Day at the Range or Mr. Range, but back to you.
Well, fellas, that was some real good shooting. And I didn't expect nothing less. But it's time for me to get serious. All right, let's go down. Let's go down. Let's relax, get settled, big fella. I don't know why it's curving way out there. I can see it in the vapor trail. Boy, them fellows are going to drag me today. That one's in there. Has anybody ever bedded a Remington Rangemaster Model 37? Somebody tell me down in the comments below, and don't forget to come over to Day at the Range and get your target. If you know a gunsmith that can bed this thing, maybe find out why the bolt's sticky, help me out. That broke the line, but it don't matter. Goodness gracious. Four. I tell you, not a bad group. I just can't keep them on the target. 5. I'm getting Kentucky windage or make a scope. Well, you know what? While I make my decision on scope adjustment or not, let's kick it over to Chris and Scott.
Actually, can you call them out for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go for the first one on the second row.
Okie dokie. You are at 4 o'clock, ½ inch out from edge.
Okay.
3 o'clock on the edge. 1 o'clock, just inside. Nice, do that again. Keep it up.
Is that 5?
That is 5, yes sir.
Oh man, walking it in. I think I know where my hold is now. All right, let's see what you got, Scott.
Okay, second group for record, third group being shot. I hope this rifle has not cooled down. Let's see what happens here. I'll be going to the bottom left. No pressure, just another day at the range. Gotta remember to slow down and breathe. Oh no! What is it with to the right? I need to hold left, I think. Okay. Well, making it difficult on myself by not hitting where I intended. But last group is coming up. Everyone's got one last chance. Sir, it is your turn now.
Well, those fellas, they walked through the barn door because I left it wide open. The horses, the cows, everybody's out in the pasture. Now I got to go try to round them back in on this last target. Can I at least get one target that I can count? Let's see. One, that one's at least in there. That's two. That's touching the blue, so I know that's in there. Three, dead center. Hey. Four. Y'all know I always mess up the last one. Whoo, talk about pressure. Somebody help me out with this sticky boat problem, please. I hate to throw this old thing in the river. And four. I at least have one group, so the way I will score that, I'll get home, measure it, and I'll have one group that counts, and it'll be, I don't know, I think it's probably a 0.6 or 7 times 1, meaning I got one target that counted on the Hi-Lux and Dayattherange collaboration. This is flipping awesome. But, old Chris and Scott, they got to shoot their last target. Let's see what they can do.
Oh, 9 o'clock, 2 inches off.
I think I pulled that one. Actually, I don't know. I was using the same hole as last time. I'll go a little bit closer. Is the elevation okay?
Yeah, pretty close. I'd say maybe closer to 8 o'clock. On the water line. Okay, 11 o'clock on the edge. 9 o'clock just off the edge. Center. 11 o'clock again.
All right, that was 5. Man, that's tricky. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at this, though. Let's see what you got.
I'm going to make the executive decision. Dial 1 click to the left. It brings me back into the middle. There's no chance we can make that cider target the first group now? No?
I don't think that's how it works.
Accountability, man. That's rough.
You got this, though.
Oh. Ouch. Felt that one. You know, if it weren't for all of the misses, this would be a whole lot of good hits. That is that. I should not have, but I counted my chickens before they hatched. These chickens were all over the place because apparently someone had the barn door open. Well, back to you, sir. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, go down, measure the target, see how much damage we did. Okay, I would say it's been a fun shoot, but he didn't exactly make it easy on us.
No, not at all. And let's see how we did. So I had none that qualified, unfortunately. Well, it's just the way it goes. But let's see how our groups looked.
Yeah, so Chris did initially have a few. He did not have the rifle zeroed before shooting this, which honestly is on us. But still, his cider group would have been one that made it. And I'm just curious. We're not counting ciders? I know I've been harping on this all day, but
man, I gotta stay consistent, you know.
0.958.
So I think I don't know. How do you guys measure groups? Do you subtract the bullet diameter from the edge to edge?
I've always wondered that, because even then, a 22, if you don't subtract the side, you're never going to get, smaller than 22.
I think you do, but
Okay, so then what? 738.
738. Okay.
Hey, that's smaller than the size of the target. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Especially on a semi-auto rifle, not before fired, with a 2.5 power scope.
I'll take it. I need to do some more work practicing with iron sights, clearly, but I'm pretty happy with the sighter group. But unfortunately, that did not count.
Now, it looks to me that I got all of them that qualify. This was the closest, but it did absolutely break the line there. God, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, that would have been like just under a half inch easily.
Let's measure edge of the hole to edge of the hole.
So that one measured
0.508. But then subtracting the diameter, that would have been what? 288.
Mm-hmm. We'll do the calculations and we'll put them on the screen here. But
next group. Let's do third group.
That one was good too. 520.
A little bit of consistency up until the end. 983. That would have been 763, subtracting the diameter. Man, that is a surprisingly tough shoot for so simple a target.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, I hope that all y'all shoot better than us and embarrass us publicly. If you do, please record it, post it on Instagram, post it on YouTube, post it wherever you're going to post it. Send us a link, shout out, tag us and Day at the Range. Let us know that you've kicked our butts, because I'm really thinking there are people out there that absolutely will. Any last words from you, sir?
Love to see your groups, and we'll be announcing the winner in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I don't know. That's or should we do longer time?
I don't know.
We'll be announcing the winner soon. Stay tuned.
Back to you, sir. Good shooting. Great amount of fun shooting against you, although I will say it was strangely nerve-wracking. Looking forward to more shoots in the future. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely have to run it back, and we'll see you next time.
Chris Scott from Hi-Lux Optics. Thank you again. You didn't have to make me look so bad. You could have took some pity on the big fella, but that's okay. I understand it. But you know what? This ain't done. This ain't done. By the way, we're going to take those top 10 scores, since there's so many varieties out there of how you average the targets. I'm going to measure them all, so you got to email them to mrrevolverguy@dayattherange.com. I will take them, and then we're going to take those top 10 that are really close, that are at the top. We're going to put them in a hat. Random generator, random number generator. We will show all of that online. We will pull your name out of the hat, and you will get to experience what I have experienced today with this crystal clear W.M. Malcolm vintage target scope. There you have it. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Revolver Guy, dayattherange.com. Hold on, range fans. Hold on. Wait a minute. Don't go anywhere just yet. I know this video's gone on too long with 3 shooters, but I think we ought to give Hi-Lux a round of applause, especially Chris. Notice I said especially Chris. How dare Scott come on my channel and cause all this ruckus? He comes on with a BSA Martini Mark II and shoots bug holes. Makes me look like an outright amateur. So what did I have to do? He calls me to spend money. This is supposed to be about you all, the Hi-Lux fans, the Day at the Range fans, and a vintage scope giveaway. No, old Scott, he had to come over here showing out, doing his thing. So I went and got, it's in rough condition. It doesn't look quite like Scott's, but we're going to see how this thing shoot and see if I can get a little redemption, because this is a BSA International Martini Mark III. It's got an old Tasco, it's a 10-40, folks. a 10 to 40 by 50. I don't know what the guy did. There's a whole bunch of like glue or something on this thing. I believe it was taped because the barrel has been Cerakoted as well. The frame and receiver is good. I think I'm going to have to check my ejection spring like Scott talked about, but that's enough chatting. Let's see if I can redeem myself and keep the animals, especially old Scott, in the barn and close that barn door. Let's put some rounds down range of SK pistol match on the next challenge target. Let's go. Yeah, first time out at the range to try to get some redemption. Chris, I'm sorry. Hey, by the way, Chris, I think you did really well, sir, with that semi-auto. I hadn't even thought about that. I had a buddy of mine with a 1022 that is, he is said he's going to loan me the 1022 that was made in the 80s and see how it does in the semi-auto class. But until then, sorry, Chris, I got to try to put Scott back in the barns. We got to, don't feed the animals. He came on my channel making me look like a peer. Man, let's shoot. BSA Martini Mark III. Let's see. Top left target. Scope is clearer for me on 24. Let's go. Barely ejects, which is why I think there's something wrong with the ejector. But also, it's tight to go in the chamber. I've never seen anything like this. Hey, look, it came just like this. I've never seen anything like this plastic bubble level on top either. All right, let's get this thing warmed up, I hope. Really tight chamber. Oh, Chris, I told you. Come over here and show out on my channel. Okay, that's 5. Unfortunately, spotters. All right. Now, 5 more. Target to the right. Oh, that's what I get for talking trash to him. I think it'll shoot, though. What do you guys think? You think it'll shoot? I might send it off. If you guys know a gunsmith you trust to maybe refinish the wood, it does have a crack in it on the fore end here in the rear. It's not all the way through. To maybe glue that, kind of refine it, spruce this thing up for me, comment down below. Chris, I ain't done yet. I got 2 more targets. Ooh, that's right in the same hole. Just got to do some work and get the scope adjusted. You see it just like I see it. I haven't done anything with this thing. That's too far out there. Ooh. Yeah, Chris. I got plenty more ink in my printer. And as you can see, I got another box of SK Pistol Match here. This won't be the end of it, my friend. Hey, for you folks wanting to know how to get involved with this challenge and win some awesome vintage optics from Hi-Lux, come over to Dayattherange.com. You'll find everything you need, the target, rules of engagement, and how long this thing's going to go on. Oh, why? That's not consistent. I don't think this thing's been shot for a while because now it's starting to loosen up and seems like ejection is getting better. It ain't over, my friend. You still came out on top, but it ain't over. Oh, yeah. Man, if that first one wasn't out of there, I think I can only count, what? Maybe that third group or the second group for an official score. Scott, you got me. But it's coming back. Please, someone tell me who can blue this thing, do some woodworking, shape it up for me. I might put another scope on this thing. Thanks, Hi-Lux Optics, for giving us some vintage scopes for us to look forward to. This might go on for 30 days, might go on for 60 days. Come on over to dayattherange.com and figure out how to join with your vintage rifle and your vintage scope. And by the way, Justin, I ain't forgot about you either, buddy. You got a BSA Martini that looks way better than this one. I got to get the looks up, and I got to get my old trigger finger right. And I'm coming for you and Chris both. Let's go!